Hi guys, welcome to the unboxing and quick review of this Worksite 2x20 volts, like 40 volts max cordless blower. It says it has an air volume up to 380 CFM, which is a little bit on the lower side, but not far away from the maximum which we see from other devices, so it's not too bad. And we have a 2-speed regulation for different work, so it's not like a seamless thing, but at least we have 2 speeds. So let's open it and see what we get. So here we have one of the front parts, or the whole front part, and here we have the main device, here the charging station, some information, and the 2 batteries. So here again the main part and the front. I guess it's in 2 pieces and we have to put them together like normal. Shouldn't be too difficult to push this thing together, I think. Yeah, I had to push it down on the floor, but then after that it worked. Definitely a solid connection. Let's see also this connection here. Yeah, maybe let's have a look here inside. We see the fan here inside, nice protection here, so nothing can happen. It's a massive size. It's even larger than the Greenworks which I had. Of course, it's everything a little bit open here, but I mean it's nicely protected. And so we can also push this thing here inside. It's nicely locked. And so we add the batteries to the charging station. First one here and second one also here, and both go into green blinking. I guess when they stop blinking, then they are fully charged. And in the meantime, we can look a little bit into the instructions manual. I'm going to show you that pretty quickly. Maybe it can be helpful. I hope it's focusing nicely, more or less. You can read it. Of course, if you need more time to read, then you can pause it on every page. So here we have already the specs and a little bit more details about operation, battery pack, how to charge, and cautions and everything. And yeah, one last page, basically cleaning, maintenance, part list, and the all the parts inside which you usually won't access, but that's already it. And so this is how it looks when the charge is finished. Steady green on both sides and everything is cool again. This thing here, transformer power supply, was super hot. Here there was no heat noticeable, so that's good. When it's slowly charging, it's not overheating, not damaging the batteries. But this thing here was super hot, probably because it doesn't have like any ventilation, no nothing, and I suppose it's built to bear some heat. And so let's mount the batteries from both sides. I think it shouldn't be too difficult. We just push it down. Yeah, maybe we have to press here a little bit. Okay, worked on this side. You really have to push a little bit hard, and here also same on this side. But I've also seen some really interesting construction feature, and that's this mount here. So you can put a screw, large heavy screw, into the wall and then hang it up here, so it doesn't need some extra space. That's absolutely awesome. And so we can turn it on already. Okay, so I'm going outside, test it for a while, and then let you know how it performed. So I've been outside using it for a while and it worked pretty well. The charge lasted for a pretty long time. I didn't use it up. There's still plenty here inside. You can see we can check this thing here. That's also really nice that we can check the battery. Unfortunately, it's down there, so we cannot check from above. That's maybe a small disadvantage. Would have been nice to have the check here on top. Other than that, I think it's a really good one. What's also good, when we have the batteries placed here, at least the, I think that's the 2000 milliamps version, then we have the weight centered around here. You can see I just hold this thing with one finger, so it's nicely balanced. Of course, when we are buying larger batteries, there are also, I think, 4000 milliamp batteries available, then the weight would be a little bit more to the back, but still no problem. I think it would have still a good balance. Also, this thing here works really nice. Of course, it's not a stepless increase of power. We just have the off and the 1 and the 2, but you can really switch nicely, absolutely no problem. And regarding the power, I would say, of course, it's not an absolute premium model. It has only 380 CFM compared to maybe 430, 480 for top models. So it's slightly below, so it produces a little bit more noise and less power compared to absolute top premium models, but I'm still very happy. I think I will even buy a second one, because a second one can help to maneuver, control everything much better than just a single one. The sound itself is not too crazy, but I would highly recommend to use some earplugs, ear protection for this. It has some kind of a whistling sound, not extreme. I've heard much more extreme whistling sound than this one here, so it worked actually really good. But also 2 small complaints at this point from my side. Sometimes when we use this switch to put in gear 1 or even gear 2, then it did nothing. I don't know why. Sometimes I had to go back into first gear and wait for a little bit, and then it would start, and then I could go to the second gear. I don't know, maybe something which I have to watch on the long term, but it didn't like develop like into bad thing. It was maybe every 10th time or so when it wouldn't start. So usually it's not a problem. Then second thing, when you hold it like that, which is usually the case when you have it like far away from you, of course you have to avoid that the air here which is sucked in is touching your pants, otherwise it will stop blowing. I mean, it won't hurt you, but usually you hold this a little bit in front of you. When you hold it like that, you're touching here this area of this batteries. That was not the case with my last blower. I could hold it like that, and the battery was lower here somewhere, and it wouldn't stick out, and so it wouldn't hit this area of my arm here. I'm touching this a lot. I mean, of course, depends also a little bit on how I hold this, but sometimes it has really hit me, and if you have to work for longer time, maybe it can cause some pain here. I mean, of course, it won't cause bleeding. There's no sharp corner or so, but maybe something to consider for the company when they redesign it next time. So other than that, it has been working really good, and so I can still recommend it. And if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.